Angels, what is going on? The Champ Strider here, and Aiming.Pro just released Season 3, and I know I show them quite a bit on here. If you're looking to get into aim training, it's the best free product on the market, so I figured we would check out the new season. I'll give you guys some of my impressions, and most importantly, what drills you should be doing if you want your aim to improve in-game. Now, when Aiming.Pro releases a new season, they wipe their leaderboards clean, and you get 4 new skill assessments that determine your global aim rank. And going from Season 1 to Season 2, the changes were pretty drastic in just overall quality. And when I saw Season 3 just released, I had certain kind of expectations in my head, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first got on and checked out the new assessments, I was just a little bit let down. And it's actually why I waited a week to make this video, because I didn't want to just like immediately spit negativity. That's not cool. And Aiming.Pro, it's an amazing product, and I always felt like they've innovated and kind of pushed aim training forward. But I feel like with this season, they took a very safe approach to it. So let me kind of back up my opinion here, and let me know in the comments if you have similar feelings or I'm just crazy. Either way, just let me know. But if we look at our 4 skill assessments, we have Tile Frenzy, Target Switching, Tracking, and Flick. And for a lot of them, I feel like changes were made just for the sake of like making changes. Like, hey, new assessments are here, but, you know, really, they just feel like kind of tweaked versions of last season's assessments. And I'll get to what my vision for the assessments is, but let's start by just looking at Tile Frenzy. And the changes made here were basically just adding more targets to the drill, like no facelift of the background or targets, no new wrinkles, just more targets. And this is what I'm talking about with the changes being made for the sake of making changes. And to me, it's just a lateral move. It's no better or worse. It's just, you know, the same assessment with more targets. And I feel like this is the same for the other 3 assessments, where minor changes have been made that take the drills either a slight step forward or a slight step back. Like the Flick drill was definitely a slight step forward, but the Flick assessment, since I've started on Aiming.Pro, has always just been universally hated by the community, and I was really hoping they would go to some sort of like moving click timing drill. And with the tracking and target switching, again, I feel like these are just lateral moves, or maybe you can argue it's a slight step forward, but it definitely feels like more of the same. Alright, so let's yin and yang that negativity with some positivity, because this tab right here is my favorite part of Season 3. So if you go to the Global Aim Rank tab, click the Season 3 tab, and there is an absolutely great fundamental skill building list right here. Like, I know a lot of the times I give you guys routines, and I'm going to give you a few of my favorite drills, but if you want your aim to actually improve in-game, you should be clicking the Season 3 tab and just performing all the drills there as your daily routine. And I always touch on this, but if you even just look at the numbers of people who have tried these drills, it's only like the 1% of the Aiming.Pro diehards. Like, the extreme majority of the Aiming.Pro community hasn't touched them, and we see this every season where a high majority of the player base is only playing Tile Frenzy, and it breaks my heart because there are so many great exercises that the Aiming.Pro team provides that people can be doing. And by just sticking to the global skill assessments, you're limiting your growth as a player or an aimer. So if I had to pick a top 5 from the new exercises on the season tab, I would go with evasive drones, 4 target precision, wide wall 5 targets, 3 switch precision, and wide wall switching. And I think part of kind of my initial disappointment with the new season is, in my head, I was really hoping that the 4 skill assessments this season would be something like wide wall 5 targets, evasive drones, and a fresh tracking and switching scenario. And I know the Aiming.Pro team has reasons that they keep the assessments the way they are, and a lot of the player base is playing Tile Frenzy in the assessments as the game. They're not necessarily training for traditional FPS games. So they're going to be smart and definitely pander to the majority of their community. I get it. Alright, so before I leave you guys, remember to first click the Season 3 tab and try out some of the new exercises. It's a really, really great standalone playlist, and I recommend moving your training more to that list than the global skill assessments. And lastly, if it's your first time here, or you're a repeat visitor and you have not done it yet, become an angel by subscribing so that you can get updates on weekly FPS and aim training content. Champ out.